So Ibogaine is unique in that it's a psychedelic that requires a level of medical oversight that you don't necessarily need with psilocybin or LSD or even MDMA. And at the same time, it's a plant medicine that, at its root, no pun intended, is a spiritual tool informed by a very long history in West Africa. So you recently shared with me that going into your experience, you were a little bit nervous about what it might feel like to have a transformative psychedelic experience while linked up to an EKG and an IV. Um, Based on how that went, how do you feel about the intersection of medicalization and spirituality within the Ibogaine journey?
Mm, love that. I love that question. Um, I think that first let me just say a little bit about what the experience was, and maybe that'll help
Please.
with the answer. So I had this experience at Beond, which is in Cancun. It was a beautiful experience, a beautiful container that Tom Fiegel and Talia Eisenberg have created, and their amazing staff, and I think is really embodies the principles that we've been talking about today. Um, and so the flood dose experience as well as the booster experiences occur in a hospital bed, with an IV in my arm, a EKG all over my chest, and a blood pressure monitor on my arm going off automatically every 30 minutes. And all of my previous psychedelic experiences had either been like in the Amazon or at festivals or in nature, like in the Bay Area. And so the thought that came to me was, well, how can I have a profound spiritual experience in a hospital bed? And I think one of the things that the experience taught me was that the most profound spiritual experiences of your life can occur in a medical setting, if that medical setting is really created with so much care and so much love. Which is exactly what happened at Beyond. There was a moment during the most intense part of the flood dose, and let me just say, my gosh, it's intense. Um, and I could start to feel myself get very anxious, and I became aware at that moment of like all of the stuff that was hooked up to me. And in that moment, I thought to myself, this is what love feels like. It feels like a nurse, it feels like the staff so deeply caring and loving me and wanting me to have the most safe and fulfilling experience, that they would go above and beyond, no pun intended, to make sure that that experience was as safe as possible. And it was that felt sense of love from all of the machines and the nurses monitoring those machines that allowed me to let go and go deeper. And I know for sure, I mean, we're 6 weeks out now. I know for sure that it's the depth of the letting go that is what allowed us the healing and transformational benefits to occur in the way that they have, which have been just so significant for